Hey there, welcome back to the channel. So I am super excited today to tell you about the Solis S75. So I've had it here for about a week, and we've had some time in the seat doing some mowing, brush hogging, and removal of some autumn olive back on the back 80 conservation project. And so far, I'm super excited about it because I've never had a tractor this size. I operate the Solis H24 for the past year and a half. I've had a John Deere 2032R for about 7 years, and Jason has the 4052R from John Deere as well. So at 75 horsepower, this is the biggest tractor we've had here on the property, and it's going to open up so many possibilities for us on things that we can do that we couldn't do before. Notice the hay bales around me here. This field is just full of them, and my neighbor's got about 140 acres covered in bales right now that he's let somebody come in and take hay from, and we're going to help them transport and move those around. So we're going to be testing this out soon with a rear and a front hay spear, which is also going to allow me to do some testing with that H24 to see if it can handle a front end bale or a rear bale. So we'll try that out as well. Lots of good stuff coming. We're going to be working the sawmill some more, and I've got some forks. We're waiting on a grapple and third function, so that's pretty exciting. And I've got some other partnerships that we're working on right now to try to get some more attachments. But let's talk about what we've got here in the Solis S75. So this is a 4-cylinder turbo with intercooled. It has 12 gears in forward and in reverse. So that is a high, medium, and low range with 4 gears in each, and then a synchronized shuttle, which allows you to go in forward and reverse from any gear to help with that maneuverability. So this is the second geared tractor that I've driven. Last year after the Ag Expo, I brought home the S60. We didn't end up doing any videos with that because it is a prototype and it's not available for sale yet. So we decided to hold off on any videos with the S60. That was an open station with a canopy and a pretty nice tractor as well. And I got to cut my teeth on driving a geared tractor. The benefits of the geared tractor is you get more power to the PTO, and you get a little more, I would say, control than you get with the hydrostat. So I'm starting to love it. I didn't know if I would or not, but so far so good. So I want to talk about a few of the key things here. Obviously, we've got the cabbed model today, and it runs $45,000, which is a fantastic deal, I believe, anyway. And open station is at like $39,900. That's a lot less expensive than, well, that open station's about the range that I put into that 2032R with a backhoe. But BKT tires on this. This is a ITL engine, and the whole tractor is actually made by International Tractors Limited. Solis is the US brand. Solis is sold in 140 countries around the world, and ITL is the 5th largest tractor manufacturer in the world that you've probably not heard of before because they're relatively new to the US. They were selling some of their tractors under the Yanmar brand years ago, and now they're coming in and setting up their dealership and service centers around the country. So you may not have one near you yet, but I'll leave a link in the description to the Solis webpage where you can check out where the closest dealership is. Today we've got the S75 that's coming available soon. You have the H24 HST, which is the hydrostat. You have a geared version of that and a synchronized shuttle version. So that's 4 in the 24 horsepower and 1 in the 75. This engine does not require DPF, that diesel particulate filter, which is relatively expensive to replace when that time comes. And that's part of the reason why this tractor took so long to get on the market, is it went through about 18 months of certification with the EPA. So let's take a little walk around here, and we'll show you some of the features before we jump in the cab. All right, so let's take a look here on the back. We've got 2 sets of rear remotes. We've got LED work lights, LED blinkers, and brake lights. We've got our reservoir here for our washer fluid for the rear wiper. We've got some seriously heavy duty trailer hitch here, and the linkages back here are super nice. Complete with a quick attach system that I've not seen before on the smaller tractors. So pretty excited about getting that thing to work. Everything here looks very easy to loosen and work with. So a lot of a great access back here. I'm running the 6-foot brush hog that Solis has. They make a lot of their own implements. This is a prototype, and so far it's holding up fantastic to some pretty heavy duty work on the back 80. Before we take a walk around, I also wanted to mention we've got this window that opens, and the window behind here is a sliding window. So there are a lot of access to the rear here. What I found operating it the other day while I was mowing was having that open was pretty noisy, and I liked leaving it closed and running the AC. Let's take a walk around here. Got a real nice set of fenders here that are breakaway. You have the self-leveling loader. I'll show you how that works here in a minute, but basically what that does is keeps your bucket level as you load, and so you don't have to keep kind of bumping the roll function on your bucket. So even better on forks so that your load stays level when you're lifting it, or if you're lifting some dirt to put into, say, a dump truck or something, you've got the same level lift all the way through. There is quick release hydraulics here. I am waiting for the third function. I did have it on the S60, so I know that that works really well. Looking forward to that. We have doors on both sides and steps on both sides. Mirrors, which work pretty nice. Access in from both sides. I tend to get in on the other side. The throttle is over here on this side, makes it a little bit tougher to get in and out, but it's pretty nice. This is a removable front end loader, so you can park it, take that off. I've done that on the H24. I'm sure I'll run another video taking this one off and parking that, just so we can run the tractor without it. I tend to leave it on most of the time because I like that extra weight on the tractor. As with all of the Solis tractors, they have the SSQA, the skid steer quick adapter, that makes all of the attachments very universal and easy to find. So another aspect of the Solis is the projector lamps on the front. You know, with the bucket on, a lot of times you get those covered. So last night I was using the LED work lights up top. Really nice, really nice. You know, kind of replaces the need for those. But without the loader on, those projector headlamps are really nice. You got a high and low beam on them, and I just like the styling on it. The other thing to point out is, if I can get in here, all of the Solis tractors are heavy duty metal, none of that plastic stuff like some of the other tractors that I own. So we have a 23-gallon lockable gas tank. That's a lot of diesel, and I want to say thank you to Andrew Kelly. When he was done with this, he shipped it to me with about 3/4 of a tank. So thank you, buddy. That was very nice of you. We also have one of the simplest things that seems to be left out of most tractors, and that is a toolbox. So we've got a little toolbox here. Nice to just keep like hitch pins and things like that in it. Extra shear pins, a couple tools. I'll probably create a tool bag that I keep inside as well, because there's plenty of room inside for stuff like that. Okay, so let's go inside and we'll check it out here. All right, let's take a look inside. So we've got cup holders, albeit they're kind of small, but they'll work. We've got a rear windshield wiper, which is controlled there. We can also open that back window. I'll show you. The side windows open as well. We have a sunshade. Look up top. You can see all of the vents for the heat and the air conditioning. We've got speakers. Got a little bit of storage here. Let's start down here on the floor. We've got the clutch. We've got brakes. Over there you've got your gas pedal or throttle. You've got your diff pedal, so if you need more traction. You have your shuttle shift here, forward and reverse. Four-wheel drive activation. Parking brake. PTO. That's how you turn that on. We have draft sensitivity and transport lock for the 3-point. Our chair is adjustable. It is air ride. Very comfortable. You can control based on your weight, how far you want it to lean back. The armrests are adjustable up and down in the angle that they are at. Seat belt. And let's see here. Over here we have the 3-point to raise it up and down. I think this is for the draft, so that when you're turning you can have your attachments lower back down. I have to look into that. This is your 2 rear remotes, the levers for that. High, medium, low. Gears 1 through 4. So that's how you get your 12. 1, 2, 3 times 4. And then you got it synchronous front and back. You also have a throttle here. So if you don't want to use the foot pedal, you can use the throttle here. I've found that to be somewhat helpful a few times when I was on hills and I wanted to come off the brake and already have the gas deployed. We've got our air conditioner here. So air conditioner and heat, this works really well. So I was out brush hogging, thought I was going to need heat because I'm in Ohio and it's kind of cold. But inside this cab, I was plenty warm. We have a wiper on the front. We got adjustable windows. So you hear them clicking. So you can keep them partially open. On the back, if we open this, look how far this opens up. That is nice. I can feel the breeze coming through. Down here, we have a sliding door on both sides. So you could get to, if you had to run, say, a 12 volt or something out the back, you could run that. Very comfortable. We've got our right and left turn signal, our horn, and our lights. Up top here, we have our outside working lights. We have our fluid for the front wiper, fluid for the rear wiper, and our front wiper. Our brakes are dual brakes, so you can undo that little latch right here and you will have the ability to turn. By undoing that latch, you can brake one tire and turn very sharp if you need to. And so that works really well. Lock one tire, the other tire keeps spinning, but you always want to have that connected when you're out driving. Otherwise you could be moving at high speeds, accidentally lock one tire and send this thing rolling. So you definitely don't want to do that. We have tilt on the steering wheel and we have a telescoping feature. So that goes up and down and you can put it wherever you want and tighten it back down. Let's take a look at what we've got here from our dash perspective. Pretty standard stuff. Looks like I'm gonna need some gas here pretty soon. We are on a 23-gallon tank, so we're gonna be filling that up before we head back out. You can see we're in 4-wheel drive there. So we talked about the front end loader and the self-leveling. So let's see here. You can see that little bend in that right there. That means it's level. So if you've never seen that before, that's what that means. That's a guide. So watch how the bucket just stays level as you raise it up and down. So that's a nice feature. So yeah, radio, I don't know if I mentioned the radio, but it's a Bluetooth radio. It has inputs here as well. I find that just listening to the radio works pretty well. My Bluetooth stuff isn't very loud as I send it through from my phone. So overall, I am extremely spoiled already with this thing and can't wait to get it back out. So we're going to fire this up and get back to the house. It's raining pretty good, but I'm going to leave you with some footage of me working it out in the field yesterday when the weather was much nicer. So, all right, so thanks a lot for watching. Check out SolisTractorUSA.com for more information on the S75, the H24, and other tractors that will be coming in 2025. Have a great day.